Welcome to Paint a Story today. We are going to read an interesting story about a huge family. This story is designed to help you learn English vocabulary and improve your listening skills. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This channel features short stories for English learners. I recommend watching one story each day and practicing out loud. In every story, we highlight 5 useful vocabulary words. Make sure to write them down in your notebook and try to use them in everyday conversation. With daily practice, you will build great English skills and speak with confidence. Now, let's begin today's story. I always thought my family was normal until I saw the look on a waiter's face when I asked for a table for 22 people. Growing up in a huge household meant that our home was never quiet. With 4 brothers, 3 sisters, and many visiting relatives, our house felt like a busy train station. There was always a delicious aroma of home-cooked meals, music playing, and endless chatter happening all at once. To live happily in our chaotic house, you had to master a few essential rules. First, you had to wake up early to reserve your favorite spot on the couch. Second, you learned to quickly inspect the refrigerator to secure the last slice of cake before it vanished. Most importantly, you had to elevate your voice just enough to be heard over the background noise. Even with all the energetic movement around us, Sunday dinner was a non-negotiable family tradition. Preparing these massive meals required precise coordination and teamwork. Everyone had a specific task, from chopping mountains of fresh vegetables to setting up extra folding tables across the living room. Last Sunday was particularly memorable because my cousin Leo brought his new girlfriend, Sarah, to dinner for the very first time. As soon as she walked through the front door, her eyes widened in complete astonishment. She was an only child accustomed to quiet evenings, so our lively house was entirely unfamiliar to her. I decided to guide Sarah through the house to help ease her initial shock. I pointed out our massive shoe rack near the entrance, which was overflowing with footwear of every shape and size. She chuckled nervously when she saw our color-coded calendar on the wall, filled with dozens of birthdays and appointments. When dinner was served, the room filled with energetic discussions and spontaneous laughter. Relatives talked about work, school, and local news, all while passing heavy serving dishes continuously down the long table. Sarah sat near the middle, quietly observing the movement and taking in the vibrant atmosphere. My grandmother noticed that Sarah was sitting quietly amidst the loud surrounding conversations. She gently passed a warm platter of roasted chicken to Sarah and smiled warmly at our guest. In this house, Sarah, you do not need to wait for an invitation, you just need to start speaking, my grandmother announced with a friendly wink. That reassuring comment helped Sarah shed her remaining anxiety instantly. She took a deep breath, chimed into an active discussion about movies, and shared a funny moment from her own week. Within minutes, her voice blended effortlessly into the room, and she stopped looking like an outsider. By the time dessert arrived, Sarah was completely engaged in the family dynamic. She was laughing hysterically at my dad's silly jokes and enjoying a second slice of my grandmother's signature apple pie. The early awkwardness had completely vanished, replaced by a genuine feeling of connection. As the evening drew to a close, the entire family gathered near the front entrance for our prolonged goodbyes. Saying goodbye in our household always takes at least 30 minutes, involving multiple hugs, extra food containers, and promises to call soon. Sarah smiled broadly as she received a warm hug from almost every person present. Before leaving, she stepped outside with me on the front porch to share a quiet reflection. I used to think having a small family was peaceful, she admitted with a soft smile. But seeing how much affection and warmth exists in this room makes me realize how special all this noise really is. Later that night, As I washed the mountain of dirty dishes, I looked at the empty chairs lining our long table. The house was finally quiet, but the cheerful energy of the evening still lingered in every room. I smiled, realizing that every single person in our big family brings something unique to our home. Having a massive family certainly comes with a lack of personal privacy and constant activity. You rarely get the last piece of dessert, and quiet moments are exceptionally hard to find. Yet, knowing that you have a massive network of people who always support you is a comfort unlike any other. It proves that a home is not defined by its physical size, but by the people who fill it with life. No matter how crowded our dining table gets, there is always room for one more person to sit, share a meal, and feel completely welcome. A large family may bring constant noise and chaos, but it also provides lifelong warmth, unconditional support, and a place where you will never feel alone. 5 useful vocabulary words. 1. Astonishment, meaning a feeling of great surprise or wonder. Example, she looked at the huge crowd in complete astonishment. 2. Accustomed, meaning familiar with something so that it seems normal or regular. Example, he was accustomed to quiet mornings, so the noisy house surprised him. 3. Spontaneous, meaning happening naturally without being planned in advance. Example, the family broke into spontaneous laughter at the dinner table. 4. Prolonged, meaning continuing for a long time or longer than usual. Example, in our family, saying goodbye is always a prolonged event. 5. Linger, meaning to remain in a place longer than necessary or to stay in the mind. Example, the delicious aroma of warm pie continued to linger in the kitchen. Stuffed, thank you so much for watching and practicing your English with me today. If you enjoyed this story and found it helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more English learning stories. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson. Is your family big or small? Tell me about them in the comments below. I would love to read your response. Keep practicing, keep shadowing, and I will see you in the next video.